and then you want to get some blocking support and end up in the opposite end zone.
In that tip drill, what do you yell?
For us, it was Oski. Okay, Oski was an
things for different teams.
Different teams have different ways of doing it. I've heard bingo, jackpot. The worst I ever heard, though, was Frankenstein. You don't want it to be a three-syllable word.
Yeah.
You want to get it right down and go. Oski is really the preferred word.
Oski. Now McManus on to kick this one off. And the mile-high air in full effect as that's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first two drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Give it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 13 yards is the pickup for Tennessee and a first down.
First down, Titans.
And, boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables. Otherwise, they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only his.
Now a first down throw, Tannehill. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. And gets it across the 50 and down to the 48. The Titans get 14 yards there and move the chains as well. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Derrick Henry. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 49-yard line.
We go! 15 line. 15 line. Hey, Sam off!
On 2nd and 11 now. Tannehill. Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Simmons. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
Topper! Ready?
They'll start on the ground with Lindsey. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. A loss of 2 there. Second down. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked up by the USC man, Adoree Jackson. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops. Defensively that time, they were in zone coverage. As a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Well, understand this. You saw zone in college, and the defensive backs reacted, but they don't react like they do on this level. So when they're in zone and they see the ball coming to them, they'll react at least a half a second faster. You've got to know where you want to go with the ball and be decisive with it. Otherwise, the end result can be something you don't like.
Come on, set. 90, Wolf.
Now Lewis here on first down. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. A second down run with Lewis. And not much to speak of there. Maybe a yard down to the 20. The good run on first down followed up by a not-so-good run on second down.
Now let's find out if they're going to stick with the run here on third down. A lot of people would love to see some play action here. I say go with your best running play over your best blocker.
3rd and 2, Tannehill. And that is incomplete. The All-Pro Von Miller there defensively.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on third down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a fourth down decision.
And the 10-year vet knocks it through the goalpost. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So a good kick there, and they put the bow tie on it with 3 points.
And let's face it, everybody wants a touchdown. We know that. But in the NFL, defenses are awfully good. You're not going to score each and every time. Be able to knock the ball through the post and take the throw.
By the way, I said bow tie. I meant just bow. Not the tie, but yeah.
Either way.
You got it.
I just went right past it.
The lead cut to just 4 as they kick it away and turn things over to their D. This will be taken in at the 1. And not a bad return. Here he gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Let's go.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Rashad Evans, the linebacker, recording the sack there.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a second down and 17.
I got you, boy. Mike 55, Mike 55. Shoot.
Clock gonna throw. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on first down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
Here we go.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Get it.
Throwing now is locked. And that will be incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces fourth down. On fourth down on now is the lefty Ryan Allen to punt. This is away and a very good kick angled for the sidelines. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. Now on 2nd and 13. Tannehill. He finds Corey Davis. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Titans. Corey Davis, 77 yards. And the Titans have taken the lead. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
Extra point put through by Succop. And the lead is now 10-7. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be taken about the 12. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
At their own 32-yard line.
Ready, set.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Watch the curl, watch the curl, watch the curl. Greystone, Travis. Hit it.
Lock to throw on 2nd down. It's hauled in by Torrey Smith. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. That one, 28 yards on the ground.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Block now on 1st down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jayon Brown able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. On 2nd down, a run with Lindsey. He'll get it to the 23-yard line. It's a gain of 7 on the ground, but they'll be faced with 3rd and long. They look to throw. It's locked. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get to 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
So he gets a shot at atoning for the earlier miss here in the first half and able to knock it through.
And what a relief for him, don't you think? Because how many games have we done where kickers missed one early and never gotten a chance to atone for it the rest of the game? That's a lot to carry around.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to put
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Barreling in for the sack, Shelby Harris. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. The draw play here, Lewis. It's a 7-yard gain that gets him back to the original line of scrimmage. 3rd and 10.
And after that type of a run, there's some talking going on down on the field, but it's not trash talking. The guy who just carried the ball, he's going back and telling his offensive line, great job, keep it up, and we'll break that one soon.
This is Lewis. And they will bottle him up behind the line, and now will they use a timeout? Now the Broncos going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. On is Kern, the punter, to send this one away. This is fielded at the 27. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. Meanwhile, out in Los Angeles, they're in the second quarter now. It's the Rams that have grabbed the early lead. I would definitely imagine we'll hear more from that game as we go along. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the Broncos will use their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. They come up on second and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. Now Locke throwing on second down. He gets this one to Bruce Ellington. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
It's a gain of 20. That's good for our Broncos. First down. First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Break. Walk against the mic. I got you. I got you. Hit the edge. Ready?
Locke now on first down. And he's going to get this inside the 30. So we have reached halftime here at a good one. 10-10 is our score. As we send you on out to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. This will be fielded at the 6. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. The Broncos onto the field ready to start their next drive. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up.
First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already.
Hey, Haywood. 54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Here we go. Here we go. Let's go.
On first down, Locke. Under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line. Daquan Jones fighting his way home to get the sack. So following the sack, they'll try to change their fortune here on 2nd and 13.
Topper, topper. Back. Beat them.
On second down, here's Locke. He completes this to Sutton. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. 17 yards for the Broncos there as they've got themselves a first down. So operating from Tennessee territory now. Here's first and 10 right at the 40. To throw it is Locke. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Jayon Brown. Who else? He's in there for his 4th sack of the afternoon.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down.
152 fighter. He's checking crack.
They'll run. It's Lindsey. And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain.
15. Two-jet bomber.
Brings up third down.
On third and long, it's Locke. The attempt on the dive, and he has it. What a catch.
I'd have to say that whenever you see a good post route run, they do not like to let it end without the catch. Hence, that great diving play.
Yeah, lay it up there, let him go get it, and he got it. Well, the Broncos had 15 fourth down conversions last year, most in the NFL, and they're going here. Now Locke. He's got his big tight end, Fant. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Give them 14 yards there and a Denver first down.
Here we go, G. Get off the field.
They go back to the ground now with Lindsey. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. And the Titans going to signal for a timeout defensively. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter.
Ready? 90, Wolf. Blue dash, 6-6, bullet high. Slam. Fire.
Another run by Lindsey. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a third down. A field goal would get him the lead, but that's not what they're shooting for as they come up into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the USC man, Adoree Jackson. He's at the 50. He's at the 30. 20. And he's going to score. It's a Titans touchdown.
That was an interception, but on the field, the guys who are picking it off, they're not saying that. What word are they using? It's Oski. And that means catch the ball and go the other way.
That's your vernacular. I've never heard anybody say Oski.
Ask around. They'll tell you.
Extra point up and good by Suckup. And that makes it a 17-10 score. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And last time, decent field position through the pick 6. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So that didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position, not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Block now to throw. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off near the 44. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and that'll make this a 2nd and 13.
10-2 stop. General West.
Out of the gun, Tannehill. Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. Derek Wolfe popping in for the sack. So they come out of the locker room trailing, but plays like that, they won't be trailing much longer. Defense really starting out well this second half.
Yeah, they knew they had to jumpstart things a little bit. They really struggled in the first half trying to slow them down, but now they had a plan, made that adjustment that we always talk about, and it worked very well on that play.
Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Von Miller, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Here's Brett Kern now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And this will be taken at the 13. 12 yards on the return that time, and out will come the offense as they take over. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. Throwing his lock on third down. He's got his tight end Fant. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. A good pick up there of 20 yards.
18 Gators. Come on, dude.
First and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Mike, get it.
On first and 10, here's Locke. He's got his tight end, Jake Butt. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. Give him 32 on the play. Now, we know this offense has the potential to strike quickly, and they just bit off two huge plays on back-to-back snaps.
So on the other side of the ball, you've got to go band of brothers thought process. No one left behind, no pointing fingers, no accusations, because if you don't, those quick strikes we just saw, they become long-lasting.
So a big play as it gets them all the way down to the 20 now for first and 10. On first and 10, it's Lindsey. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down. On second and 11 now. Locke. And a little floater there, but it'll wind up incomplete, falling to the ground. Phillip Lindsay, the intended target. And that takes us from second to third down.
Come on, set. 70, Indy. 54.
Gotta do better. Come on, QB, come on. Right there.
Ready?
From the gun on third down, Locke. And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34. Jeffrey Simmons in there to record the second sack of his young NFL career. The kick by McManus is good. And that will cut this lead back down to 4 now. It's 17-13. So an interesting call there to take the 3. I mean, I guess they're thinking that their hands were tied, but, fourth quarter, that field goal might not help them that much in the end.
Yeah, eventually they're going to need the touchdown. The thinking must have been they didn't feel confident about picking it up there, hoping maybe on defense they can get better field position, get a turnover, get a better play, and then they'll have a chance to attack the end zone.
Tannehill and the Titans come up now first and 10 at their own 23. They'll start things on first down with Dion Lewis. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just bet. And that throw intercepted. It's Chris Harris, the Pro Bowl corner. And he will score. Touchdown, Denver. This game, it's been defensively oriented on both sides, so I guess it stands to reason that the play of the game comes on defense.
So it's my kind of game. You know that. Anytime we have a defensive battle, but that, as you said, it stands to reason that's the way the game tilted. Someone had to make a big play, and the way the defenses were dominating, that's exactly what we got.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. Fresh off the pick six, it's Tannehill. And that throw intercepted. It's Chris Harris, the Pro Bowl corner. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line. Agreed, that's twice now in this fourth quarter.
As a quarterback, a lot of times you think it's all on you to make plays when you're losing. And here, the play's not there, but he throws it anyway.
We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. Here's Locke. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked up by the USC man, Adoree Jackson. Well, you just kind of feel for him right now. 4 interceptions, and you can almost see through his face mask. There's a lot going on in between the ears.
There certainly is, and probably way too much, because now he's probably doubting himself a little bit, wondering what adjustments he has to make. But here's what he needs to do. Get through this game. Go to the press conference, meet it head on, and show your teammates you're ready to shoulder what happened today, and you'll be ready for the next game.
And if he can do that as a rookie, that's a great sign of maturity. Again, it's Lewis. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. 13 yards is the pickup for Tennessee and a first down. Thanks to that last play, a little more room to operate. 1st and 10 at the 18. Here's Tannehill. And he'll hit his tight end, Walker. And he'll be about a full yard shy of the 20 at the 19-yard line. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down.
45, 45, Mike, 45. Rabbit. Sponge.
Tannehill. Under pressure, and he's going to go down. Tannehill sacked. Now Tennessee going to use the second of their timeouts. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this fourth quarter. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long.
Pilot, 64, weak. Hey, lock it. Look at me. Go. 5.
From the gun, here's Tannehill. And that is incomplete.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. 1 score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
Go.
They snap it to Tannehill. And he's going to be taken down. Sacked back at the 2. Von Miller. And, boy, that means this next drive is going to start at the 3-yard line. So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. They'll try to run with Lindsey. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
Check 4. Mike, 55, go.
2nd down and goal. Lock toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Brandon, some of those windows to throw the football that exist when you're between the 20s, they don't exist when you're this close to the goal line. But as a former DB, I liked it closer to the goal line. Tighter windows made it easier to cover people, actually.
This a big play for both sides. What will we see here? 3rd and 4.
Here I come again. Check.
Locked now on 3rd and goal. And they're going to get to him. A sack. Sacked back at the 9-yard line. The 305-pound defensive end, Jarrell Casey, gets the sack. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This from 25 yards out. And McManus able to put it through. And that will add 3 more to their lead. It pushes it up to 6. So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. But good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here, because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3. And that's exactly what happened.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
So the Titans in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They face a critical 3rd down now, needing a score here in the late going. Back to throw. He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and in the second quarter, he may very well run by him, but in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
And he's got a man, Corey Davis. And he gets it to the 32, good enough for a 1st down.
Here we go, set, 90, Wolf, X3, 218, chop. Get it.
They'll run it here. This is Mark Walton. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
Not in a position where they absolutely have to rush right now, but they definitely have to pick up the tempo a bit.
The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. Tannehill.
Well, the defensive guys won't be real happy because there won't be a sack on this play because he did get back to the line of scrimmage. But what a job they did overall. Hemmed him in and gave him nowhere to go with the football.
Go now. 10 Lobo. You draw quarters.
They'll try to run for it. Lewis. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the 1st. They needed a yard. They got it. 1st down.
No timeout. You got to go quick here.
A couple of 1st downs has the football positioned at the 43 as they come up 1st and 10. He's back to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Bradley Chubb doing what he does best, getting that sack. They'll come up after the sack on a 2nd and 12. They'll look to throw. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now Tannehill. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Von Miller in there to drop him as that clock continues to run. So down 6, and they know they need this one on 4th down.